Hello guys, gals and non-binary pals, and welcome back to Ragdoll's Queer History Lessons. In these videos I spend up to around 5 minutes talking about the key moments, movements and people that shaped the way we as LGBT plus people live today, the good and the bad. And this time we're going to talk about LGSM, or Lesbians and Gays Support the Minors. I think it's pretty safe to say that the relationship between the minors and Margaret Thatcher's government was rocky, to say the least. And obviously with political moves like Section 28 of the Local Governments Act, which I will discuss next week, it stands to reason that the LGBT community weren't her biggest fans either. So when the miners began to strike in 1984 and 1985, the LGSM formed and gave them their full support. Taking part in protests and fundraising, the Lesbian and Gays Support the Minors group proved a solid ally in the miners' efforts. As ever with large groups of people with strong political views, the LGSM did see some intergroup politics in late 1984, with a group of lesbian women forming a women's only sect of the group. However, a lot of the women in the LGSM opted to stay in the larger group. The group is believed to have raised around £22,000, which in today's money would be roughly around 69 grand. And considering the substantially high unemployment rate at the time, this is an incredible amount of money. The relationship between the LGSM and the miners was not one-sided though, and in return the labour groups began to throw their support behind LGBT plus movements, attending numerous pride marches, and at the 1985 Labour Party conference, thanks to block voting by the National Union of Mine Workers, the Labour Party passed a resolution to commit to the support of LGBT plus rights. The miners group were also some of the LGBT plus community's most vocal supporters in their pushback against Section 28. The show of mutual support between the unions and the LGBT plus community didn't end in the 80s though, and to this day many people attend pride events as representatives of the trade union groups, and some even come in their workers' attire. In 2015, the group began to steer away from their campaigning but still remain active in the political discourse, supporting various labour moves and continuing with their fundraising. Now that's all for my lesson on the Lesbian and Gays Support the Minors group, and join me next time for Ragdoll's Queer History Lessons, and please let me know if you have anything that you think should be talked about. We should all know our collective history.